Randy Bushman says the two officers who showed up on her doorstep late Saturday night never announced who they were.
Part of me died when she died. And she's right there on my porch.
Video from Bushman's home shows two officers approaching with guns drawn just after 11:30 Saturday night.
I heard the dog start barking like somebody was here.
The officers knock, and as Bushman opens the door, her 13-year-old dog, Sierra, runs outside.
She's my companion. She went out before me and made sure everything was okay. You know, and 11:30 night, I thought it was someone we knew. They never announced who they were, nothing. I had no clue who they were until after my dog died.
In the video, an officer fires at the shelter rescue dog. The first shot didn't hit the pet, and you see the dog turn back toward the house. Then a second shot hits and kills the boxer mix.
Now, how is it that she did not know who was at the door when she has a camera set up outside? Isn't the whole reason for the camera being aimed at the door so that she can see who is at the door before she opens it? But regardless of whether she checked the camera or not, no matter if she actually knew the person or not, why would you allow your dog to charge at whoever it may have been? You can clearly see that this lady purposely sent that dog outside that door. You heard her say that the dog went out before her to make sure everything was okay.
She went out before me and made sure everything was okay.
What? This is how these deranged mutt lovers think. Did she have a discussion with that dog where she got a clear understanding with that dog in the English language, where she instructed the dog to simply go check things out? Did that dog confirm that in English? Once again, we have a dog lover trying to impose human intelligence onto a dog. If the cops never announced who they were, why wouldn't you ask who it is before you open the door? It's past 11 o'clock at night and somebody knocks on your door. Why wouldn't you ask, who is it? You simply open the door, right? That's your plan, right? Knowing your dog is off leash and fully prepared to go outside as soon as you open the door. You want it to go outside from your own mouth. He just going out, make sure everything's okay. That mutt was going out to attack whoever it was. That cop had every right in the world to shoot that dog. It is befuddling to me how blatantly these cops are projected as the bad guys in this situation, and that the dog owner and the dog as the innocent victims. Notice how the cop shoots once at the dog, and the dog turns to its left and then back towards the door. The problem with that is that the dog turned towards the police officer's partner. It turned toward the other police officer. Now this video is slowed down. In real time, he may have thought that dog was about to charge at his partner and was already in the process of releasing another round as soon as he saw that. But they slowed the camera down to make it look like the dog was shot as it was trying to retreat. You clearly see the other police officer walk backwards after the dog turned towards him, which suggests to me that he thought that dog was about to come at him. This situation happened much faster than what you see in slow motion. When things like this happen, it's almost as if it is in fast motion because you have to think at the same time when a mutt is charging at you. And of course, people in the comment section trying to defend the dog. You got a few people in the comment section with good sense, right? One person said, my dog runs out fast every time I open the door. Poor dog wasn't being aggressive. First of all, if a dog charges at you, I'm quite sure that mutt was barking or growling. Who in their right mind would assume that the dog was not being aggressive in that moment? If you start screaming and decide to charge at a cop and you got a knife in your hand, what do you think is going to happen? Especially if that cop is standing there with a gun in his hand. What do you think going to happen? Dogs are no different. Rather than having a knife, dogs have teeth. And they sink those teeth deep into a human's body. And then what do? They start to shake its head so that it will rupture veins and arteries beyond repair to ensure that the victim bleeds to death. It's charging at a cop with a deadly weapon, barking and growling. We all know it was doing one of the two, barking or growling. And you expect that cop to just stand there and not defend himself, to assume the dog was not about to attack him? And as you saw, the media is defending the dog, projecting this brainless, lethal, aggressive mutt as if it was some innocent 4-year-old child who ran outside saying hi to the police officers. Putting these stupid images up of that aggressive wild mutt as if it's some type of loving, innocent creature that meant no harm. This is the type of pro-dog propaganda that goes on in this society, where a dog can charge at a human and people expect that human to just stand there and assume that that dog is not going to attack them. Even though we have facts to show that millions of people are being bitten each year and attacked by dogs, in the hundreds of thousands being disfigured by mutts, and you expect a law enforcement officer who is a man himself, he's not some inanimate object, got a family and kids himself, he want to go home the same way he came to work, and you expect him not to defend himself? Why is it that these people were not called out by the news anchors for basically sicking that dog on that cop, allowing that mutt to just run out and charge at whoever was at the door? Why would you do that? What person in their right mind does that? This is a wild fucking animal. For not asking who it was before they opened the door. Why ain't these news anchors ask that question? Knowing that dogs are territorial, you simply open the door and allow your mutt to charge at whoever it was outside? That cop was fully justified in defending himself. A little advice for you mutt lovers. Stop allowing your stupid mutts to run after any and everybody who is knocking at your door. The audacity of some of you people think just because you in love with that mutt that you can let it just pounce and crawl and attack and charge and lunge at people. Because it might be a cop with a gun in his hands at that door who is not stupid enough to assume that your barking mutt that is charging at him is trying to be friendly. What is wrong with you people? This lady looking for public sympathy after doing some stupid shit like that.
According to Morrison, Brandy's boyfriend, one of the officers said he wasn't going to give the dog an opportunity to bite.
And that is exactly how that cop should have been thinking. Do not allow this dog to attack me.
If he's that scared of a dog barking, he has no business going to homeowners' doors, knocking on the doors.
Now you heard this man say that the dog was simply barking. Is that what y'all saw in that video? That dog clearly charged at that police officer. Again, trying to paint this violent, aggressive mutt as an innocent victim when it charged at a cop with a deadly weapon, its teeth.
You know, to me, the second shot was cowardly because the dog was totally away, running away.
That dog was not running away. It had just turned when the cop fired the second shot. It just turned. This was after the dog turned towards his partner. That's when he released that second shot. That dog was not simply running in the opposite direction when he decided to fire that second shot. Anytime you defend yourself against a dog attack, these deranged dog lovers try to make the attacking dogs out to be the victims. The problem is that cops ain't having it. Cops shoot dogs on a regular basis. Even cops who are dog owners themselves shoot dogs. Because when you're actually in the moment where a brainless, aggressive, wild animal is charging at you, growling, you're not going to take the chance. You're not going to assume that that dog is trying to be friendly. At that moment, when your safety is on the line, you're forced to deal with reality, not with some silly-ass pro-dog narrative. And the reality is exactly what that cop said. I'm not going to allow that dog to attack me. It is charging at me, growling and barking, nor will I allow it to attack my partner. This cop's decision to take action and defend himself and defend his partner was 100% justified. In this country, where only about 1,200 dogs are abused by humans each year, at least according to reports, compared to 4.5 million people bitten by dogs each year, humans by far are most likely the victims. And if any of you deranged mutt lovers actually think that anybody with good sense is going to assume that a dog charging at them, growling and barking, is simply being friendly and wants to play, you all need to go and get your heads examined.
She's my companion. She went out before me and made sure everything was okay.
This was a part of her family.